Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Mama Annissa and today I'm going to be filming a video on what I feed my 18-month-old toddler in a day. So I filmed a video very similar to this one as my first ever YouTube video, and I got some really nice comments from you guys saying that you enjoyed watching it and that you had actually made some of those recipes for your little ones. So this inspired me to make today's video, basically showing you again what we've made for breakfast, lunch and dinner, and for Jacob's 2 snacks that he has throughout the day. I've also tried to make our family dinner for everybody, because I know what it's like when you're having to cook for a toddler, yourself, your partner, maybe if you've got another child in the family who wants something else. So this is actually quite good because we all sat at a dinner table and ate the same meal. So I hope you like what you see, and here we go. So this morning we are having a super quick and easy and healthy breakfast. We're having porridge. For that I'm using rolled oats, I'm also using full fat milk, and all you really need is a little pot and some measuring cups, and it's up to yourself, but I tend to like a little bit of flavour in my porridge, and so does Jacob. So I'm adding strawberry jam, or you have the option of putting in some honey as well. So here I'm using 1/4 cup of rolled oats, and then I'm adding 1/2 cup of full fat milk. I'm going to leave this to simmer on a relatively low heat for about 10 to 15 minutes or until the oats are nice and soft. Now that the porridge is ready, I'm going to go ahead and serve it into a bowl. It's actually the perfect portion size for Jacob, he's 18 months old. And I'm going to go ahead and add some strawberry jam just to give it a little bit more flavour. And here we have it, super easy and simple breakfast. I'm also going to give him some fruit as well. He always has fruit for breakfast, so today we're having kiwi fruit. It's now 10:30 in the morning, which means it's time for our midday snack. Today Jacob is having some strawberries and an Organics soft oaty bar. So for lunch today, I'm going to give Jacob some avocado, and he would typically eat 1/2 an avocado to himself. I'm also going to give him a boiled egg, and he doesn't like egg yolk, so it'll just be the egg white. I'm also going to spread some of this yogurt dip, or I sometimes use Philadelphia cheese, on some oat crackers or rice crackers, again just whatever I have in the cupboard. Lunch was a success, and I've actually taken Jacob out of his chair to pop him in his cot as he started to fall asleep right towards the end. It's now 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so Jacob is having his second snack of the day. He's having the Kid Delicious veggie straws, 1/2 a banana cut up, and some Robinson's diluting juice. For dinner tonight, I'm going to be making a lasagna for the whole family. I'm going to include all of the ingredients in the comments box, but just to give you an idea, I'll be using beef mince today. I also like to put a lot of veggies into my bolognese just to get some more goodness into Jacob. So you'll see I've got a few carrots, some courgettes, onion, and red pepper and some celery as well. And for flavour, I'm going to be using garlic and a sprig of rosemary. I'm going to be using 2 tins of peeled tomatoes, they're about 400 grams each, some tomato puree, some Worcestershire sauce, which I can absolutely never pronounce right, and of course lasagna sheets. So to start off, I'm going to heat up 2 tablespoons of olive oil in a pan, and then I'm going to chop up my rosemary and pop that in there. And then within a few minutes, I'm going to pop in the beef mince and let that fry, seasoning it with some salt and pepper. So as the beef is cooking, I've roughly chopped up my veg and I'm going to put it into the food processor and blitz. So beef is cooking nicely. I'm going to give that 10 more minutes until it starts to fry, and then I can get a nice lightly golden colour. So you'll see here I'm adding in the tomato puree. I'm using a heaped tablespoon. Pop it in there, give it a stir, and then add in a few splashes of Worcestershire sauce. Then I'm going to add in my veg that I've blitzed in the food processor. I'm going to give it a stir and then leave to cook for 10 more minutes before adding in the tinned tomatoes. Now I'm using, as I said, 2 tins of, you can use plum or chopped tomatoes, pop them in and then fill them up with water and then add that water to the bolognese. Give it a stir and then that's your bolognese pretty much done. It just needs to now be left to cook for about 45 minutes on low heat. Whilst the bolognese is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and make my bechamel sauce. So I'm going to put the ingredients in the comments box, but I'm using Lurpak salted butter. You can use any type of butter. I'm using 2 bay leaves, 1 leek. Now this is a great way to get some flavour into your bechamel sauce. Some mature cheddar cheese, some flour, and some full fat milk. So to start off, I've heated up the butter in a pan and then I've roughly chopped the leeks and added them in. And then I'm going to put my 2 bay leaves and I'm going to leave this to cook for a good 20 minutes on low heat. I find it's the best way to get more flavour out of leeks is to just leave them to sweat out for a bit. So I'm giving it a stir and then I'm going to pop the lid on and then come back in about 20 minutes time. Now that the leeks are cooked, I'm going to take out the 2 bay leaves. I'm going to make a start on the bechamel sauce. So to do that, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons, heaped tablespoons of white flour to the leeks, leaving them on the same heat, which is low to medium. And I'm going to basically stir this mixture for 2 to 3 minutes. It's really important that you keep stirring throughout the 2 to 3 minutes so that you can cook out the flavour of flour. And what you're going to aim for is this nice thick paste, which is known as a roux. So once you've got that, then you are ready to start adding in your milk. So again, leaving it on the same heat, I'm going to start adding in my milk a couple of splashes at a time and then stirring. And then doing the same thing again, repeating it until I've used up all of my milk. Now that the bechamel sauce is cooked, I'm going to pop it into the food processor and give it a blitz so I can get a nice smooth consistency. And then I'm going to add the remainder of the cheddar cheese. So So that's our bechamel sauce done, and our bolognese has been cooking for about 45 minutes now, so we're ready to start layering in our lasagna. So I'm using a medium-sized Pyrex dish, and I'm going to start off with some bolognese at the bottom as a base, and I'm going to layer on top of that some lasagna sheets. Now I use 3 lasagna sheets per layer, and I do a total of 3 layers for this dish. So on top of your first layer of lasagna, you're going to put some bolognese sauce followed by some bechamel on top, and then you basically repeat that 3 times over. Once you get to the final layer of lasagna sheets, you're then going to top it off with some bechamel sauce and then the remainder of the cheddar cheese. Heat up your oven to 190 degrees and pop the lasagna in there for about 45 minutes. Lasagna is now ready, so I'm going to give that a few minutes just to cool down. Then I'm going to serve it up. Now we are that weird family that like to eat hot and cold food together. I know a lot of people don't really do that, but we tend to enjoy lasagna with some side salad, or you could have it with garlic bread or some chips even. I'm also going to give the exact same to Jacob. I'm going to chop his up into smaller bits, and then I'm going to serve him some salad on the side also. So guys, that's the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed what you saw today, and if you have, please give it a thumbs up, and if you've not already subscribed to my channel, please click on the subscribe button below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye!